Okay, here's the Pioneer stereo that we're going to be putting into the 2004 Toyota Sienna, and I got these are everything I got here from Amazon. Pioneer radio, I'll give the description below. Also came with a microphone, and then I bought the wiring harness specific for Toyota to Pioneer, which will help you avoid having to solder or link the cables that come with the radio. This is the awesome stock stereo that comes in the 2004 Toyota Sienna, and from what I understand, this is similar from the 2004 model all the way up to the 2010. So the technique of replacing this unit here should be the same, and we will start by removing from the bottom here and prying under it with a screwdriver the panels, the side panels, which should pry out, and they're just held in with clips. And then this top part, which I will access from the back, also with a screwdriver, and then we'll remove the radio. Okay, I just pried off the bottom. It wasn't very hard at all. Let's see. And you can just pull this and rest to the side. You don't need to disconnect any of the cables, but it's held on by this clip, and this clip. And the other side, I just came in from right here on this side and pried that up. This should just come right out. And again, you can just pull it to the side. We get access to the screws, the bolts right here, and one down there. There's 4 bolts that hold this unit in. And now we'll remove the top so that we can then remove the bolts, pull the unit out. Okay, I just loosened up this corner here. And this comes out like that. You can set that aside. It's just held in by these clips too. Okay, I just removed the 4 bolts. I used an extension to be able to get back there. Loosen them up, and then just use this by hand to get them out. Wasn't too difficult at all. I'm ready now to pull this unit out and take a look at the wiring. Okay. All right. We'll disconnect the wiring and go from there. The wire on the far left is antenna, and then the others is to the unit. And this is the microphone that comes with the Pioneer unit that I purchased from Amazon, and I think the cable is about 10 feet long, and so that should give you a lot of wiring options. One of the options is to be able to, you can just put it in that empty bay, the tray that they put it in there, but I'm going to see if I can run it up through the arm and up here underneath the conduit there. Just ran the wire for the microphone. It's located right here. The cable is just long enough to get it here. I was able to get it down through underneath the dash, ran it, tucked it up tight, and I'll zip tie up to some other wiring under there. It comes out right here, and then this conduit is rubbery, and you can just peel this back and tuck it in there, under here, and under the back here to right here. So this is the Pioneer audio cable to Toyota plugs. The idea here is that you don't have to use all the joiners or even soldering or crimping wires, matching colors. This should all be plug and play. It's only a few extra dollars more than a normal harness, and from what I see and I've read, it's the way to go. And we're gonna wire that up now to the back, and I'll show you when it's plugged in. I've attached the harness here to the existing Toyota plugs. This one here has 3 wires to it. I'm assuming that is for the control from the volume control from the steering wheel, and I will need to probably check to see where they match to this, and I may need to connect those. In the meantime, I have plugged in the antenna cable existing from the system. I've plugged in the microphone cable into the back of the radio, the Pioneer radio, and I am going to plug this in and test it out before I button it up. All plugged in, set in. It has these nice little guides that can rest in before you button it down. And we'll go ahead and power it on and just let it. Perfect. All right. I did some checking, and to connect up the controls from the steering wheel to the volume controls here requires another harness and an adapter. You can get them online for I think around $40 to $50. For us, we're going to go without, and I'm going to go ahead and button it up, and then I'll show you once more just after it's all buttoned up. I've tightened down the 4 bolts on each side. There's no need to over tighten them, just make them snug. And then this goes on next. You just go in those slots. Perfect. And then line these up. And I'll go ahead and line these up and just snap them in, and we're good. Nice and easy. Probably the easiest stereo install that I've done. I've done only a few. Did one on a Mazda, and the Toyota here has been really easy to work on, especially getting the harness and the Pioneer radio, and the harness that's specific for the Pioneer radio and the Toyota made it super easy. And really excited. It has a USB port on, an auxiliary in, has a bunch of apps and things for the working with the smartphones, both iPhone and Android. I'll put the links down in the description for all the items that I used if you're interested, and I would recommend it. I did this under $100. I think it was $97 shipped for everything, and the installation maybe 15-20 minutes, and requires two pieces of tools, ratchet, and a screwdriver just to pry open the parts. And the assembly was pretty easy, just plug and play. Thanks for watching.